There are many risk factors that contribute to childhood obesity, many of them including low socioeconomic status, poor nutrition, even malnutrition, and also physical inactivity. Amongst the many, I closed in on 4 interrelating topics. First, we have higher calorie intake and physical inactivity. Second, we have poor nutrition and genetics such as GAD2 and OB gene. A lifestyle of higher calorie intake paired with passive entertainment often leads to unwanted or unneeded weight gain. The energy balance equation theory supports the fact that with more calorie intake, with less physical activity such as passive entertainment, you can see that someone will increase in weight gain. Based on Hales and Lozans, it is a well-known fact that our bodies are designed to move and we thrive from it. It is also well known that when we use our bodies, we become stronger and healthier. However, throughout many years, many of our pastimes or our children's pastimes have become or developed to become more passive entertainment, such as binge watching televisions or movies, playing video games for countless hours in a day. Based on the Canadian Society for Exercise Physiology, they have set a new Canadian sedentary behavior guideline for children between the ages of 0 and 17 years old. For children under 2 years old, screen time such as television and electronic games are not recommended. For children 2 to 4 years old, screen time should be limited to less than 1 hour per day or less. For children 5 to 17, recreational screen time should be limited to no more than 2 hours per day, and extended sitting and time spent indoors should be limited. Research show that only 1 in 5 children meet the guidelines. Taking a look on nutrition, it is well known that we are what we eat, and it shows in everything from our stamina and strength to the sheen in our hair and the health of our skin. Unfortunately, there are far too many children who are eating foods that do not provide them with 4 basic macronutrients that help sustain their bodily functions, and instead are eating far too many processed and packaged foods high in saturated fats, causing a good portion of their obesity. It is important to educate not only children about their eating habits, but also their parents on what is a healthy and balanced diet, including water, complex carbohydrates, proteins, and healthy fats. Taking a look at our second slide here, we have saturated fats and LDL cholesterol, as well as genetics that lead to obesity. Saturated fats is as well fats in which carbon atoms are saturated with hydrogen atoms. These include animal fats, and they are usually solid at room temperature. The problem with saturated fats is that they link to cholesterol, a bad type of cholesterol. When you eat a diet high in saturated fats, it causes a rise in LDL cholesterol, low density lipoprotein cholesterol. This increases the risk of heart disease, and I know that Saray will be talking and expanding a little bit more on this topic, but for now, cholesterol is a form of fat that circulates in our blood. And 80% of cholesterol is already made in our liver, and the other 20% comes from foods we eat. Low-density lipoprotein is a type of cholesterol that can accumulate on the inner walls of our arteries, and this can cause the buildup, as we know, as plaque, which can then restrict blood flow, which increases one's risk of developing blood clots. It can also lead to strokes if a part of an artery is broken, and which leads to the brain. Taking a look at our GAD2 genes and our OB genes. The GAD2 gene signals the brain to tell us to eat. Now, if this gene is defective or it has any malfunctioning problems, it could contribute to weight problems by signaling us to eat more often than we essentially need to. This statistically appears to increase the risk of obesity by at most 30% or even more. The OB gene, this interrupts your body's internal built-in mechanism that tells your body that it feels full. So if this gene is defective, it might be the gene that allows us to eat a greater amount of food than we need to survive.